He was born to a Kenyan father and a white mother from Kansas, raised by his grandparents. Educated in Indonesia, Hawaii, Los Angeles, and Harvard, he was called too ambitious, too inexperienced, too different. But in 2008, Barack Obama made history. He became the first black president of the United States. His journey from a boy named Barry to President Obama is not just the story of a man, it's the story of a changing America. To understand how he did it, we need to go all the way back to where it began. Barack Hussein Obama II was born on August 4, 1961, in Honolulu, Hawaii. His father, Barack Obama Sr., was a scholarship student from Kenya. His mother, Ann Dunham, was a white woman from Kansas who studied anthropology. Their union was unconventional, even illegal in many states at the time. But Hawaii was more diverse and more accepting than much of mainland America. His parents separated when he was 2. His father returned to Kenya, and Obama saw him only once more before his death. When Obama was 6, his mother remarried an Indonesian man named Lolo Sotoro, and the family moved to Jakarta. Life in Indonesia was different. Street vendors, power outages, and daily prayers. But it gave Barack a broader view of the world. Eventually, he returned to Hawaii to live with his grandparents and attend the prestigious Punahou School. It was here that he began to feel the tension of his mixed-race identity. After high school, Obama enrolled at Occidental College in Los Angeles. It was a place of political awakening. He began to question who he was and what he stood for. He transferred to Columbia University in New York, where he studied political science. He read Baldwin, Malcolm X, and Toni Morrison. He walked the streets of Harlem, absorbing its culture and struggles. But even in college, Obama kept a distance. He was thoughtful, serious, and observer. He wrote essays and journals, wrestling with race, belonging, and ambition. After graduating in 1983, he worked at a business firm, but he felt unfulfilled. The pull of public service was growing stronger. In 1985, Barack moved to Chicago to work as a community organizer on the South Side. The steel mills were closing. Crime was rising. Hope was fading. Obama worked in church basements and neighborhood meetings, trying to empower residents. He listened. He learned. It was gritty, often frustrating work, but it grounded him in real-world issues: poverty, education, housing, racism. This experience gave him a deep connection to everyday people and a political foundation rooted in activism, not just ambition. In 1988, he decided to apply to law school. He wanted to learn how power worked. He was accepted to Harvard Law School.
At Harvard, Obama quickly stood out. He became the first black president of the prestigious Harvard Law Review. That made national headlines. He wasn't just brilliant, he was magnetic. Professors described him as one of the most gifted students they'd ever taught. But he remained humble. He volunteered at legal aid clinics. He spoke at rallies. And he turned down lucrative job offers. After graduation, he returned to Chicago, where he married a fellow Harvard Law graduate, Michelle Robinson. Barack and Michelle settled in Chicago's Hyde Park. He practiced civil rights law and taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago. But politics was calling. In 1996, he ran for the Illinois State Senate. He won. In Springfield, he built a reputation as a pragmatist who could work across the aisle. He passed laws on tax credits for the poor, health care, and criminal justice. Still, few outside Illinois knew his name. That was about to change. Obama's rise was slow but steady. He ran for Congress in 2000 and lost badly. It was humbling. He considered quitting politics. But in 2004, he ran for the U.S. Senate and everything changed. At the Democratic National Convention, he gave the keynote speech. He spoke of hope, unity, and the American dream. There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. The crowd went wild. Overnight, he became a national figure. He won the Senate seat in a landslide. As a senator, Obama was thoughtful and cautious. He worked on ethics reform, veterans benefits, and nuclear non-proliferation. But he had bigger ambitions. In 2006, he published a book, The Audacity of Hope. It became a bestseller. In early 2007, he made it official. He was running for president. Many thought it was too soon. He was too young, too inexperienced, and America had never elected a black president. But Obama had something others didn't: vision, clarity, and a gift for inspiring hope. The campaign was electric. Obama drew massive crowds. He used the internet like no candidate before, mobilizing volunteers, raising funds, spreading his message. He faced tough opponents: Hillary Clinton, then John McCain. He stayed calm, focused, and presidential. He spoke of healing division, ending the Iraq War, and restoring America's image abroad. His slogan, "Yes, we can," became a rallying cry for a new generation. On November 4, 2008, history was made. Barack Obama was elected the 44th President of the United States.
Obama took office during the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. His first priority: stop the bleeding. He passed a stimulus package, bailed out the auto industry, and stabilized the banking sector. But he also pursued big reforms. In 2010, after bitter battles, he signed the Affordable Care Act, expanding health coverage to millions. He ended the war in Iraq. He ordered the operation that killed Osama bin Laden. But he faced fierce opposition. The Tea Party rose. Congress became gridlocked. Still, Obama kept pushing forward. In 2012, he won re-election, defeating Mitt Romney. The second term was harder. He faced a divided Congress, rising racial tensions, and the global threat of ISIS. But there were historic wins. Legalized same-sex marriage, restored relations with Cuba, reached a nuclear deal with Iran. Obama became the voice of calm in moments of tragedy: Charleston, Ferguson, Sandy Hook. He was not perfect, but he remained steady. Obama left office in January 2017 with high approval ratings. He and Michelle started the Obama Foundation. He wrote a memoir, A Promised Land. He largely stayed quiet during Trump's presidency until democracy itself was at stake. He spoke out for unity, truth, and civic engagement. To millions, Obama remains a symbol of what's possible. Outro. The power of hope. Barack Obama's story is not one of perfection. It's one of perseverance. He faced racism, skepticism, and impossible odds. But he kept going. He believed in America, its promise, its potential, its people. And he proved that with hope, hard work, and courage, history can be rewritten. He was not just the first black president. He was a reminder that change is possible. Yes, we can.